With Season 3 underway, we finally got answers to some of our questions about our beloved Pearson family. But, of course, every new episode has brought on a whole new set of questions. We don't have all the answers, but here's what we know so far about the rest of Season 3 of This Is Us. Beth will definitely be alive for the entire season. At the end of Season 2, a grown-up Tess says to Randall, "I'm not ready to see her," and Randall replies, "Me neither." Immediately, tons of people online predicted that they were talking about something ominous related to Beth. Some of the dark fan theories included ideas like Deja killed Beth and now Tess and Randall are visiting her in prison, and Beth is in hospice dying of cancer. Thankfully, we can all exhale because Beth will be alive all throughout Season 3. The actress who plays her, Susan Kelechi Watson, confirmed to TV Guide that her character will live on. Addressing fans, she said, "Thank you guys so much for your concern. Beth is going to be alive. She so appreciates you having her back because many of you said you would fight somebody if it went down. I definitely appreciate on her behalf. She's sticking around." We eventually found out that her is in fact Rebecca. You can read all about it here. Beth's going to have her own episode. Getty, we're going to learn a lot about our beloved Beth. According to creator Dan Fogelman, Season 3 will be very Beth-focused. We have some stuff coming for Beth right away early in Season 3 where you really learn about her and where she comes from and what her background is that I think is going to be really exciting for the audience, Fogelman explained to E! News. More questions about Jack's past will be answered. Getty, in the first few episodes of Season 3, we saw Jack's time in Vietnam explored. But unlike how the show stretched out Jack's mysterious death over the course of Seasons 1 and 2, Fogelman told the Associated Press that everything we are yearning to know about Jack, his younger brother, Nicky, and the woman with the necklace, will be addressed sooner rather than later. It's definitely something that's a big part of our season and that we'll get all the answers for by the end of the season, he said. Kevin and Zoe's relationship will be further explored. She and Kevin appear to be in a budding relationship at the start of Season 3, and Fogelman hinted that we should pay attention to their journey throughout the remaining episodes. At a South by Southwest panel, Fogelman said that fans should wonder where Kevin's relationship with a character who's basically a little sister to Beth is going to go, and that there's a very interesting familial dynamic there, as well as a racial dynamic that's going to be interesting to explore. Rebecca and Miguel's relationship will be a focal point. Mandy Moore said that viewers will absolutely come to like Miguel. It's hard to imagine Rebecca without Jack, and that she did move on with her life, but I feel like that is going to be the biggest battle of the show, is getting people to become Team Miguel. That storyline is going to be a big focus next season, she said in an interview with Extra. Showrunner Elizabeth Berger also told TV Line that Season 3 would explore their relationship's origins, and what Miguel and Rebecca's life in present times is like a little bit more behind closed doors. We've already seen glimpses of that, but more is coming. Beth and Randall's marriage will be tested. Getty, even though the two have shared some touching moments together in Season 3, like when Randall lovingly asked Beth to be on his political campaign, Episode 9 ended on a rather sour note. Beth told Randall that she needed him to pull out of the political campaign. Randall had promised her that he'd quit at any time if she needed him to. He declared he wouldn't do it. A disappointed Beth is seen putting blankets on the couch downstairs. Randall tries to talk to her, but she blows past him. An ominous flash-forward scene that makes it seem like Beth and Randall are not in contact shows grown-up Tess calling Beth and telling her that it's time to go see Rebecca. Panic across living rooms everywhere ensues. We'll see how the big three cope with the aftermath of Jack's death. Though we've seen some of the immediate aftermath of Jack's death, as well as the long-term effects it had on the big three, there's a crucial time period that showrunner Isaac Aptaker says they're excited to show more of throughout Season 3. I'm really excited to dig into this period that we haven't touched, which is this seminal year for the big three after the death of their father. It happened in February of their senior year of high school, which is a seminal time no matter what, he said to Glamour. They also had this tragedy occur, which affects the rest of their lives, so we're going to dive into that year where there are so many stories to tell about the decisions they make and the way they react to their father's death shaped the trajectory for the next 20 years of their lives. There will be even more flash forwards. Both Watson and Ventimiglia have indicated that there will be more flash forwards in season 3. Now we've seen Sterling's character, we've seen Randall in the future, Watson told TV Line. And we've seen Tess in the future. So that's probably an avenue that is gonna get explored. Ventimiglia also said that Fogelman had always had the intention to jump into the future. That was something we all knew going in, and when we saw that jump into grown-up Tess, adult Tess and older Randall, that was where he always wanted to go. I don't know that the show always lives there, but I think understanding that we do exist in the past, it makes sense that we'd exist in the future as well, he said to Entertainment Tonight. Overall, the timelines will get more complicated. Getty Aptaker warns that Season 3 of the drama show is going to push the limits of what people will comprehend. He elaborated on their shake-up plan at the Summer TCA Press Turn 2018. We are challenging ourselves in Season 3. Now that we've figured out that our audience is along for the ride, we're kind of breaking all the rules. We're challenging ourselves to jump to decades we've never been to before, and going to the future as we've seen a little bit, and really play with the storytelling format in a way that's just much more complicated than we were able to in earlier seasons, when we were kind of showing people how the show worked. The TV writer went on to explain that all bets are off for Season 3 when it comes to following the three sibling storylines. So maybe we'll do an episode where every act is a different time. Maybe we'll have something that jumps 5 timelines in an episode, he said. Better pay close attention and strategically plan out those bathroom breaks during commercials. It sounds like missing a small detail here and there could make things very confusing.